For joining me this morning. We are going to go through the PowerPoint, the chakras. My name's Kristine Eckley, and I'm grateful that you are here today. We're going to learn some cool stuff. The idea is that I'll go through every chakra. There's 7 of them, and I'm going to spend a few minutes on each of them. We only have about 30-40 minutes, so I'm going to try to squeeze in a lot of information in a little bit of time. This is still just very basic information, and I hope that this will inspire you to learn more, and please feel free to reach out with questions. I'd love to have a conversation about this if we have time or are able to connect in another way. Okay, so first we will start with a little basic introduction. Brief and basic. So if you see this picture on the, I don't know if it's your right or left, but this picture shows a person sitting. And if you look at the bottom, it starts with 1, goes up to 7. Those are the 7 major chakras in our bodies. Chakra means a wheel in Sanskrit. A chakra is an area of the body and is connected with life energy. There are many chakra areas in our bodies, but there are 7 main chakras, energy centers, and each is an interface for the flow of life and energy. So each chakra kind of governs a different part of who we are, and just different aspects of life and the world and emotions, that sort of thing. The chakra vitalizes the physical body and is associated with interactions of a physical or mental nature. There are thousands of energy centers in the body. These are just the main 7. They're located in the middle of the body and run the length of the spine from the very base all the way up to the crown of your head. The Pingala is, so there are 3, well, there's the Sushumna Nadi, the Ida, and Pingala. And those are those sort of lines on the outer side of the 7 energy centers. So Pingala is the extroverted solar nadi and corresponds to the left hemisphere. Ida is the introverted lunar nadi and refers to the right hemisphere of the brain. The Ida Nadi controls all of the mental processes, while the Pingala Nadi controls all of the vital processes. I got all of this stuff off of Google. If you guys are curious and want to learn more, please type that in. It's really quite interesting, these just all of how this stuff works together. Usually the colors of the rainbow, from the base all the way up, your 7 chakras usually depict the colors of the rainbow. However, the colors can vary depending on what version you're working with. The information is basically the same. If you feel called to a different color, I'm not one to say that that's right or wrong. Okay? So with that, we'll move into the root chakra. The root chakra is at the very, very, very base of your spine. And what we'll do here is run through the chakras. I'm going to do a little bonus here. So if you're following along, please, if you have a pen, paper, or can type into your computer or your phone, by the end of this, you should have 7 mantras, and you can take those with you and use them in your life. Each mantra is going to help sort of balance the chakra that it's referring to. This is very, very basic information. I want to make that clear. Please feel free to dig deeper. There is a lot of information out there. There's a lot to learn. So please do that and share your findings with us. Ask questions. I also did a YouTube series on these 7 chakras. I can contact you guys and get your email if you'd like to be added to my email list, and I can also send you those a link to those videos. It goes a little bit more in depth and also adds some yoga. It ends with some yoga poses, yoga sequence to help balance that chakra. If you would like to find that, I'm on YouTube. Also follow me on Facebook. Follow me on, I guess, just Facebook, because I don't have Instagram. I do have a website, KristineEckley.com. You can go there to learn a little bit more about what I do and join the email list through there if that suits you. Okay, back to root chakra, Muladhara. It's at the very, very, very base of your spine, like your tailbone. That's how I like to describe it. Every chakra has a seed sound. It's governed by an element and a color. Also, like I said, links to some sort of emotion, things in your physical body. And I'm going to give some examples of like how you might feel blocked, ending with the mantra. Maybe I'll throw in a yoga pose or two just to keep things fresh. Not to do here, but to do later. Okay, root chakra, very base of the spine. The seed sound is lam, lam. And saying that out loud or mentally, the vibration is said to help balance that chakra. It is governed by earth. It is the color red, deep red, bright red. It is very masculine. It is kind of our base. It's like our foundation, right? It's where we came from. It's feeling safe. It's feeling secure. I like to think of it as sort of like primal. There's no emotion. It's just safety, right? Our ego sits here. This is, excuse me, also where the Kundalini starts to wrap. If any of you follow yoga or Kundalini yoga in particular, they're said that there's a snake at the base of the spine, and it, as you move through poses and balance your chakras, it moves up, and it's good. It's all good. So that's where that snake sleeps. It governs our foundation and represents our evolution into consciousness. So the lower chakras really are very grounding. They're very earthy, and as we get higher, it's more like our connection with the divine. Blockages include feeling insecure or feeling unsafe, not necessarily physically unsafe, but just unsafe in like your environments, maybe kind of, just not very trusting, looking over your shoulder, that sort of thing. It also can relate to like money, feeling like you are lacking money or time or, any of those things. A good mantra for the root chakra is I am safe, I am grounded, I am secure, I trust in the universe, things like that. So write something down if you want to take this with you. The root chakra is balanced by a lot of like seated poses, right? Because we're connected to the earth. I like to do my warriors. To me, that makes me feel very strong. And legs up the wall is a good one too. There you go. Moving on. Sorry, not moving on. This symbol right here, you might think it's just a pretty picture, and it is a pretty picture, but it actually is the root chakra symbol. And if you notice, there is a downward facing triangle, a square, inside of a circle with 4 red petals. The 4 petals represent the 4 forms of bliss. The square represents the earth, and the downward facing triangle represents the power of knowledge, will, and action when integrated into the mind, body, and soul. So there's 3 sides. Inside of that box, which represents the earth, and the 4 petals represents the 4 forms of bliss. There's also a lot of other said meanings of this. So again, if you want to take this on and pursue some your own research, it's quite interesting, and I love learning. So do that. Let's see, the sacral chakra, that's your second chakra. It is Svadhisthana in Sanskrit, means one's own abode. So this is like your home. This is different from the root chakra because it's very feminine. It's where we create life. It's basically seated between your belly button and your pubic bone. So halfway in between there, it's like where women's uteruses are, and that area right there. The sound is bomb with a V. And if you say that out loud or even mentally, it is said to help balance this chakra. The element is water, and I love that because to me, water is very flowing, very free, feminine to me. Um, Call me crazy. Governed by the color orange. And if you look at this pretty symbol, there is a moon in there. It's a crescent moon. There's also lots of versions of these symbols, but they all are basically the same. It's got the moon in there with the circle around it, and all those petals mean something. But the moon, to me, is also very feminine and relates to water and the tides, and so to me it makes sense that the sacral chakra is more feminine and actually links more towards our emotions and creating life and that sort of stuff. So root chakra very masculine, sacral chakra very feminine. It governs our emotions, our creativity, and our sexuality. Not just sexuality like your orientation, but sensuality and feeling sexy and attractive and that sort of stuff. Very feminine. Blocks include feeling stagnant, like you don't belong where you are, like you don't have a home, like you are sort of orphaned and just not necessarily really orphaned, but just kind of feeling like you don't have anywhere or anyone to connect with or spend time with. Let's see. I like to do a lot of forward folds when I'm working with my sacral chakra. I like to do down dogs. The crescent lunge is obviously crescent moon, so that relates, at least to me. Pigeon is a good one too for this, just opening your hips up and kind of opening that area of the sacral chakra. A good mantra for the sacral chakra is I am creative, I am unique, I am special, I belong, I am home, right? I am wanted, I am needed, that sort of stuff. It also goes with your pleasures, the love and hate relationship that people have with not just other people, but with material things and that sort of stuff. Okay, moving on to the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is right in your belly, like right underneath your belly button. It's the middle of your stomach. Manipura means the jewel of the navel in Sanskrit. It's governed by fire, and the color yellow, and the sound is rom. So if you see this, let me get my notes. If you see oh, there it is. Sorry. No, there it is. If you see the symbol here, you'll notice there's a lot of triangles, and triangles can mean a lot of different things. I think the three sides can mean, three different things, whether it's pointing down or pointing up can kind of mean a few things. If you look at these symbols and you feel something compelling, I say trust your gut. I'm more of an instinctual person. I just thought that these ones in particular were very pretty. Okay, so the jewel of the navel, this is your center of power. This is where you get your motivation. This is like your fire, right? Like your fire, the things that get you going, the things that light you up. This is where you get all of that from. It's known also as the triple warmer because of the heat that's generated in digestion too. So the placement of it is interesting and also relates to some things that it governs, and also things that can be blocking your solar plexus chakra. It governs our inner flame. Like I just said, it's your fire, it's your passion, and your energy and vitality. So a lot of what comes out is directly related to what goes in. You can't really shine your light very bright if you're eating a bunch of crap. Let's just be honest. So it relates not only to, you know, that sort of expression, but also treating your body well so that you can fuel it properly to be able to do these things in the world that light you up, that give you your just jump out of bed in the morning, right? Like these are your that's what controls those things. Blockages include feeling unmotivated, feeling I don't know, constipated, or you know, just sluggish. And that's not good. No, everybody knows what that feels like. You're just kind of slopping through life. Let's see, break the cycle. I wrote myself a little note. To break the cycle, love every aspect of yourself. Forgive your past and do things that you love. That will help you to balance and shine your light and get your solar plexus chakra all balanced and stuff. Okay, so a few yoga poses for the Manipura chakra. Is anything really that has to like in your belly? I like to do cat cows here because you really can focus your awareness on the placement of your solar plexus chakra. I also like to do twists. Twists are very, very good for your digestion. Forward folds, also good for digestion. So anything that's going to help you feel better like that. Camel is a really good one too. Although it's good for your heart chakra too. It just kind of opens up your midline. I also like to do locust poses or even sphinx poses, anything that puts your belly right on the mat and you can bring your awareness to that place. Breathing into it, feeling it expand and contract with your breath, maybe picturing the sun. Man, I need to do some yoga. A mantra for this is I am powerful, I am proud of myself, I accept myself, I am motivated, right? Like I feel like this one is a good one to be able to get yourself to find some encouragement and get yourself going. Moving on. So before we move on, lower three chakras are very like primal, right there, and you'll see as we go through the rest of them. The lower three are kind of instinctual. They're very kind of masculine, more masculine than these upper ones, although the root chakra is the most masculine. The heart chakra is next. Anahata. Anahata means unstruck sound, and the heart chakra is the midline. It's in the center of your rib cage, but it's midway between the lower three chakras and the upper chakras. So it's cool. It's cool. I really love, obviously the heart chakra is like love and acceptance and peace and compassion and all of that stuff, but also thinking about it in that other way, that it's connecting you with you and you with you, because we're all connected and we're all one, really. But just to me, that seems really cool. It gives me goosebumps. The seed sound for this is yam. It's governed by air. So if you think about it, it's very also flowy, but in a different way, just kind of free and open. Green is the color, although in a lot of other places, a lot of other people, I guess, will use like quartz, rose quartz. Pink is the heart chakra, and I think that is also appropriate. So whatever feels good to you, I say go with that. Governs our love, connection, and compassion. We talked about that a little bit already. The symbol for this one is quite interesting. I thought that I'm trying to find my good notes. So it's two triangles that overlap each other. So again, it's that connection of the lower three chakras and the upper three chakras. The 12 petals are Anyway, nothing about the 12 petals, but you can transcend to connect with the divine universal love. So transcending all of your lower chakras to connect with this divine and higher power, spirit, God, whatever you want to call him. Blockages include feeling not wanted, feeling like you don't belong, feeling hateful, right? Bitter, resentment, I feel like comes from the heart chakra. Some poses, good poses for this. I love to do tree because it's easy to visualize, pretty green trees, and also, you know, feeling planted and rooted and bringing your hands to your heart center, and, you know, feeling your breath, expansion and contraction of that heart chakra. To me, sometimes it's easier to visualize like a ball of energy that is expanding and contracting. Other times I can visualize smoke or certain colors, right? It doesn't even have to be a specific symbol or a thing. It can just be, you know, picturing the color green, or focusing your energy on that area and picturing the color green, and feeling like your breath is helping to balance it, and maybe repeating your mantras a few times to get that energy moving. It's normal that we come to points in our lives where we have blockages. I feel like I not necessarily struggle, but I have issues with all of these things on sometimes every day, like all of them in one day, sometimes just one, maybe that I'm working on for a longer period of time. I think for a while there, I was working on, I really needed to work on my root chakra. And now that I feel like that's balanced, better balanced, uh, all of the other things kind of come together, and it's true. But it also could be that, you know, once you get one, maybe you move up to your solar plexus, right? Like I feel, not only do I feel unsafe, but I'm feeling unmotivated too. So work on the root chakra and then move up to your solar plexus. Or if you're feeling kind of sad and hateful and angry, maybe today is just a heart chakra focused day. And you'll, like I said, there's so much to learn, so don't let it stop here. I want you guys to use this as just like a starting off point, and hopefully can create some things to help you in your own lives. Okay, that's my goal. That is my goal. I am grateful. I am at peace. I am love, obviously, is a good one. I love and accept myself. And moving on. I think there's a little bit of a delay in the video, so I'm sorry about that. Throat chakra is next. Can you imagine where it's located? It's located in your throat, behind the voice box. Vishuddha is the Sanskrit name. Vishuddha means to purify, and it's not only our communication, like spoken word, but it's also our creative intelligence and our like telepathy. Or no, sorry, not telepathy. Yeah, telepathy. So communicating with maybe spirits, or communicating with the universe, or communicating with other people through body language, through just vibrations, right? Like I feel like vibrations has become a really big thing, and I think it's wonderful. But I also, it's not a new thing. We can tell vibes, we sense people's vibrations when they come into the room, right? So trusting that too, I think, is a big part of keeping your throat chakra in line. The seed sound is ham, not ham like a ham, but like hum, hum, hum. And when you say that out loud or mentally, said to help balance the spinning disc, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra. It's governed by ether, which is Not the same as air. It's not the same as like smoke. It's the space in between, which I always find very interesting, intriguing. Governed by the color blue. And like we talked about, it's not only speech, but our hearing and our telepathy. The 4 lower elements are refined and turned into ether. The best way to help balance this chakra is to tune into that vibrational field. Feel those vibrations that people are putting out or situations you can sense, and trusting your sense is going to help. This is the bridge to higher consciousness. So the 4 chakras below are very much earthly. These other ones, as we continue to move up, are more connected to the divine, the higher power, spirit, God, whatever you want to call him. Find time to sit in silence, meditation, visualization, mantras, maybe even a little bit of yoga. This one's tough for like yoga poses, but one of my favorite things to do with the throat chakra is what's called lion's breath. Basically, you stick your tongue out, look up, and open your mouth as wide as you can. That's not very attractive, but that's what you do. Look up, you're like stretching your whole face, and then you'll come forward like a lion. Do it a few times. I know it feels silly, but it really does help you too. And if you have, get rid of some of that stagnant stuff in there. Blockages include miscommunication or feeling like your voice doesn't matter. I have recently experienced the latter at in my life, and it does not feel very good. So, work on that, right? Like, speak your truth and don't let anybody make you feel like your voice doesn't matter. I give you permission right now to not let anybody tell you your voice doesn't matter. Okay? Your voice matters, and I see you, okay? I hear you, and keep speaking your truth. Good mantras for the throat chakra. I am heard. I express myself creatively. This also sort of governs your creative intelligence. I think we talked a little, but I mentioned that before. The fusion of the throat chakra and the brow chakra, which is what we'll talk about next, equals just creativity in general. So I think that that's kind of cool. Positive and truthful communication will also help to balance this throat chakra. The symbol is, again, a circle. It's like a never-ending cycle. Circle inside the triangle, inside another circle. And I think there are 16. I think there's 16 petals. And that one's really pretty too. So some say that even looking at these symbols will help you to balance your chakra. Maybe looking at the symbol and thinking in your head that hum, sitting in silence, balancing that throat chakra. Speak your truth. Okay. We are nearing the end of this. I'm super excited. We've only got a few more chakras left. What I want to not forget to tell you guys is that I will be emailing you to get permission to send you this lovely PowerPoint. I would love to give that to you as part of my thank you for joining me today. Okay, the brow chakra. It is our third eye chakra. It is said to be seated at the pineal gland, 1 inch in from the forehead and 1 inch down from the top of your head. So right there. The seed sound for this is Om. Om. This is also governed by ether. interestingly enough, and the color is indigo. So as I said at the beginning, I follow the rainbow. Not everybody does them, that's okay. But indigo is like pretty much the last one, right? It's the very last one. And you'll see why in a minute. Governs our inner knowing, right? Like our knowing. Not even as well, yes, also like psychic abilities, but just knowing. You don't have to be psychic to know, okay? Although maybe you are psychic if you do know. Who knows? It governs our brain, our eyes, our ears, and our nose. So really all of this stuff right here. Blockages include feeling detached from your intuition, like you don't know. Like you walk into a room and you can't even read it, right? Feeling headaches, like the headaches are usually connected to the third eye chakra. Earaches, obviously anything that has to do with your sinuses, your head. Let's see. Good yoga poses for the brow chakra. Again, these upper chakras are a little harder to get to with yoga poses. However, eagle pose is a really good one for this. It's a balancing. You really have to focus. And so I think that that's a good one. Any balancing poses, really, dancer's a fun one to do just in general, but it's focusing, balancing, and connecting with your intuition, I guess, because you're not gonna fall over. Anyway, I also like to teach the Nadi Shodan. Not everything that is yoga is poses. Okay, these chakras, that's yoga stuff. Breath work, that's yoga stuff. Meditation, that's yoga stuff. All of it is connected, creates an 8-limbed tree, basically the tree of yoga, the tree of life. And so poses, chakras, meditation, breath work, they all are kind of connected. The Nadi Shodan is a breathwork technique. I'm going to just do it really, really quick. Use your finger, little finger and your thumb. You're going to cover your right nostril with your thumb and breathe in. Cover the left nostril with your pinky and breathe out. Breathe in through this same side. Switch. Breathe out through that other side. It's one round. Do as many rounds as you want. Feels really good. Balances the Ida and Pingala, like we talked about at the beginning of this. I've got MC Yogi on the beats right now, and Deep Breath just came on. So it is like divine timing that we're doing some breathing techniques. So you can do one round, you can do a few rounds if you feel yourself stressed out in the middle of the day. It's a really good thing to do just to get yourself balanced, right? It balances both sides, balances all the chakras, and if you can focus your awareness on your third eye, definitely helps to balance that third eye. Okay, I'm going to try not to get cut off here. We've got one more chakra to go. Crown chakra. Sahasrara. I have such a hard time saying this one. Sahasrara. I think I did it that time. It's not even really part of you. If you need a physical place to draw your awareness to, it would be the top of the head. Though literally it is like kind of hovers just above the top of your head. Now, this one has a few different ways, right? Some say there's no sound, some say there's no element. I've also heard that Om is also the sound for this one. It is still kind of your connection. I've heard that you can do white or purple. I like white, so that's what I did. The symbol has 1,000,000 lotus petals, and it represents really just the blossom into higher consciousness. And this is our connection with the divine. It is the seat of cosmic unconsciousness. Blockages will include feeling disconnected from spirit. A good mantra for this is I am one, I am connected. Good yoga poses for this chakra, and the brow chakra really too, are inversions. So headstands, shoulder stands, even like legs up the wall, those are really good. Forward folds, still an inversion in my book. Maybe not a technical inversion, but you're still getting the blood up to your brain, which is very good and helps promote detoxification. I really hope that you learned some stuff here. Again, I will reach out to you and grab that email address if you'd like a copy of the PowerPoint. I also will give you a little bit more information as the day goes on. In summary, the chakras are very interesting, and studying them can help us in our day-to-day lives. There is a lot to learn about these energy centers, so do not let your experience stop here. Please explore, share your findings. You can email me if you have questions, want to start a conversation about it. I would love to be part of that. Join my email list. There's my website. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me today. And I really hope that you have a wonderful day. Until next time, I'll see you guys.